There are four types of sentence structures: simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. The number and placement of clauses dictate how each form of sentence structure is composed. A clause is a collection of words that includes a subject and a verb to form a sentence. An independent clause can stand alone and express a complete idea. It can complete the meaning of a sentence on its own. A clause is referred to as dependent if it needs another clause in the sentence to complete the idea it is expressing. A dependent clause is also called a subordinate clause. For example, I go to school daily is an independent clause. When he came back home is a dependent clause because its meaning is not clear even though it contains a subject and a verb. Simple sentence. This type of sentence contains only one independent clause. It usually contains one verb and subject. For example, John went to Castle Black. Daenerys attacked King's Landing. Both sentences contain a subject and a verb. Compound sentence. A compound sentence contains two independent clauses. These clauses are linked by a conjunction. These conjunctions can be and, so, then, now, but, for, and yet. Both clauses are independent and express complete thoughts or meanings even if the conjunction is removed. For example, he came to the house, and now he is watching TV. I went to the market, and then I purchased a toaster. Both sentences contain two independent clauses and can express meanings on their own. Complex sentence. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. These sentences usually contain if and then. Both clauses are also linked with words like although, after, but, since, when, who, that, which, etc. For example, if I worked hard, then I would get good marks. Here, if I worked hard is a dependent clause that can't stand alone. After adding a comma, and an independent clause, it becomes a complex sentence. Compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence contains more than one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. For example, George is in a band, but he's the singer because he can't play a musical instrument. Peter didn't come because he was ill, so Hannah was not happy. Putting it all together. You can create the four types of structures by changing or adding additional clauses. For example, I broke my leg. I fell off the roof, and I broke my leg. When I fell off the roof, I broke my leg. When I fell off the roof, I was admitted to the hospital because I broke my leg.